Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing a clasp making video, and actually we will make two of those. One will be smaller, another will be bigger. I promised this video for you and I'm coming here strongly to show you all the measurements, everything you need to know to create those clasps yourself, which is very rewarding when you can actually make all that jewelry piece yourself. It's something like, like you're tapping on the shoulder for yourself. In general, it's quite easy to make, but the main thing is always the thickness of the metal and the size that you actually need to use, because here we need a good thickness of the metal, not too heavy, not too thin that it would be like digging in your skin as well. So we have two sizes for the bracelets I showed you on my channel. So we will have from start to finish both bracelets with clasps, with measurements. Like I keep you covered here. I really have your back when it comes to jewelry making, and I love to do that just to make your life easier, because I'm testing stuff. I'm doing all the work here and I'm just trying to give you the best measurements, the best fitting when it comes to clasps or jewelry pieces. Yeah, I'm trying my best to give you the best, and yeah, I think we have to start this. And we're starting everything with making a round part of the clasp. For both of the bracelets, for the round part, we're using 2mm thick oval wire, but we're using different sizes. So for the smaller one, the toggle bracelet, we're using size 10 on a jump ring maker. And for the big chain, we're using size 12 on a jump ring mandrel. Then we're cutting and connecting a beautiful round piece. We have a lot of spring back when it's smaller jump ring and thicker wires, so you don't have to play that much. So just keep up with the size, keep it round. When I'm connecting my round jump ring, I always connect it with the same size of jump rings I made for the chain. So that makes that piece very balanced and even, and it doesn't seem that it's like different part of the bracelet. We're soldering this part of the clasp the same way for both chains, so I'm showing you just the toggle chain. And here I made a test for myself because I was soldering small jump ring and soldering that ring part at the same time. So you can even see that I was like barely hanging on not melting that jump ring. But we kind of made a fussing there. So, it worked. But if you're a beginner, I would suggest solder that ring first and then connect it with your bracelet. It will be way easier. Now we're making a second part of the clasp, which is the easiest one. We're cutting the same thickness of wire that we use for a ring part, which is 2mm thickness, and we're using different lengths. So for the big chain, we're using 2.5 centimeters, and for the smaller ring, we're using 2.2 centimeters. Now when we have the length that we need of our second part of the clasp, so now we're making a groove to solder a jump ring that we could connect our second part with our chain. That jump ring actually is from bought oval chain that I had, so it really depends what you will be using. For me, for this one, I just love the oval. And the drill size is the same as my jump ring thickness. And I'm very happy to announce that this video is sponsored by GRANDE, which is a huge jewelry supply store where you can buy whatever you need for your jewelry making. Really, you can dig into that website and you can find everything you might need, even inspiration for your next jewelry creations. I think that's very important as well. And they're giving you a code with $20 off of your shipping price. Thank you, GRANDE, for sponsoring this video. Now we're connecting our selected jump ring to our second part of the clasp. For that, I'm using third hand just to stabilize the jump ring. And actually that jump ring is very thin, so we want to compensate that thinness of the metal with third hand because it's a heat sink. I have a video about third hands, I will link it here, how to work with it. If you nail it, it's very helpful to solder. Soldering rule never changes. We're heating the biggest part of the metal first, and then we're transferring the heat into the thinnest part of the metal. If we're using third hand, we always need to heat up the third hand as well. Now we're connecting our second closure part with the bracelet. For this part, we need longer, smaller chains because we will use this to go through that ring that we made. It will really depend on your size of the bracelet and how long you want your closure would be. I'm just showing exactly what I was using, and it's quite universal length for different styles of the bracelet. The main rule I'm always using for the closure part, I'm connecting my chain with exact same size of the gem rings I used in the chain. So the first two will be always the same gem rings that I used in the chain, and then I'm using gradually smaller ones. So you can get creative in this part, but I'm just showing you exactly what I was using, and it always works for me. Try it. I think you will like it too. Now we're soldering all of the gem rings that we have still open. That's very important because you always use your chain more abusive, I would say, that you would use another type of jewelry. So we need to make that soldering happen. Like, please, just solder those parts. I always solder my gem rings, but I know a lot of people skip some steps when it comes to these closures. Just make it happen. Because closure is the most abusive part. Maybe I should use another word, but I don't know how to convince you. And now we reach the point where we're sanding and polishing. For that, I love to use my round wheels because we're not changing the shape that we made with that closure. It's very important what kind of tools you're using for sanding because you can remove material too much that you actually don't need to remove. You just need to smooth the edges but keep the shape going. Those the deco wheels, like silicone ones, this is the blue one, I'm using that the most. I can't recommend that enough. It's easy, quick, always works. Now I'm just showing you the last parts of every bracelet usually I'm doing because when it comes to chain, I love tumbler. I really do love it. It just goes and smooths everything that maybe I missed or make it shinier. It's very pretty. I like it. We will have this chain and the toggle chain with hearts on my website soon. So keep an eye on that if you liked to have one. And it really looks very pretty when you take it out from the tumbler. That shine, that clasp is moving very smoothly as well. You can customize it there. I love small letters for the person or for the branding. It's just nice touch. We're done here. I told you, it's quite simple piece to make, but you need those measurements. You actually do need those measurements to make that simple even more simple, you know? We have both bracelets from start to finish on my channel, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. And we have clasps as well, so like I keep you covered. If you have questions or suggestions for this channel, I'm waiting all the time in the comments, and yeah. I hope you like it, and I will see you in my next one.